Jananim Sharadam Devi Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. A word Bhagavan in Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. From the mouth of Sri Ramakrishna is coming out. Bhagavan is one who is beyond the three gunas. Look at the glory of Bhagavan. And the term Bhagavan is associated with Bhakta, Bhakta and Bhagavan, the Lord and his devotee, the Lord of the universe, the all-pervading consciousness, the Vishva Chaitanya, and who is expressing himself through innumerable bodies, through innumerable species, as the jivas, as the individual souls. The one cosmic soul is manifesting in and through innumerable bodies as innumerable jivas. Each is as if an extension of the Lord of the universe. This is the relationship between a devotee and a God. Devotee is one who has turned his face to the divine. The same devotee who is an extension of, who has not yet turned his face back to the source, back to the Lord, is the same consciousness, individual consciousness of the cosmic consciousness, which is in the devotee, is there in the other lives also. A one who is not a devotee, one who is on the run behind the world, is also same consciousness expressing through the body. It has turned its face to the world. An ordinary man in the world, or a intensely involved in the worldly enjoyments and forgotten God altogether, is also the same consciousness of the Lord expressing through a particular body, but its face is directed towards the world. When the same jiva turns its face back to the source, he becomes a devotee. A devotee is same, all other jivas are of the same value, of the same interest for God. It is his own expression. Some are towards the world, some are towards the source, back to the Lord. It is like boomerang which a person releases, comes back to his own hand. His own force is making it go and revolve in the space and come back to his hand again. We are moving some distance into the world and we are turning back to the source and returning back. The onward journey and the reverse journey. So one who has finished his course in the universe and going back to the source is devotee. What a beautiful relationship when a devotee has turned his back on the world, back on the transmigration and moving, evolving towards the source. From source he has descended into the relative existence. From relative existence he is going back to the source. From infinity, eternal, he shot out and he is turning, going through various experiences of good and bad, joy and sorrow, and it has finished its course and it is returning back. Look at the infinite towards the finite moving towards the infinity. infinity, becoming finite and entering the world of duality. It's a divine play. The movement towards the world is also divine play, and to return back also is divine play. Divine play is going on. This Ramakrishna uses the term Bhagavan. Bhagavan who is one, who is beyond the three gunas. The whole universe is beyond. He is projecting through all the lives as jivas. Now you see the beautiful relationship when the jiva passes through the finite, the relative existence, and looks at the vast infinite existence of eternal bliss and joy and rushes towards it, what it could be, what a state it may be passing through, more and more expansion, more and more evolution, a process in which his consciousness from the individual consciousness is expanding, the Vyashti Chaitanya is expanding towards the Samashti Chaitanya, and from the Samashti Chaitanya still it expands to the Shuddha Chaitanya, the absolute consciousness. So what would be its expansion and movement? As it moves, every step like a funnel expanding into infinity, he is expanding, expanding and expanding, going. Imagine the bliss which is flowing upon him, the peace that is flowing up like breeze when the vehicle passes, cool, fine breeze, how it would be. It would be like that, the Bhagavan. And the one definition is the 6 bhagas, the 6 qualities, great qualities of jnana, vairagya and all that we have seen. Another is one who knows, another definition of Bhagavan is one who knows intimately every jiva's status, every jiva in this world, every individual consciousness, that is every life on this earth and beyond, anywhere, any plane of existence, any dimension, any jiva exists, any life exists, that life's whole history, the past, present and future, he knows. Because it is he who is expressing in and through all the jivas. So he knows intimately every jiva. No jiva can know other jiva intimately, and it can perceive a little of its life. By that time, this life is gone, another life is also gone. But here you see, it is God alone, the all-pervading consciousness alone knows about every individual consciousness, because it is his consciousness that is reflecting or projecting through every body. So he knows. Suppose you have 5 fingers. You know everything about your 5 fingers because it is extension of your existence. Like that, he knows every jiva because it is his extension through the body. He knows everything about. So this Bhagavan is one who is pervading the universe and one who is projecting through the individual bodies, innumerable bodies as Jivatman, and specially manifested in every bodily existence, be it with physical body or without physical body, because life continues after death also, whether it is within the lifespan of processing a body or beyond, without a body till it acquires another body. The Lord is pervading it, expressing it in it as Jiva, and specially manifests in it as the Antaryami, who is there for the Jiva to give a company for that. When it becomes individual, it expects a company to be there. When I have a physical body, I have parents, friends and all that. As long as I am awake, after that my mind continues to give company in the form of a world, dream state of sleep, dream state. And when I enter deep sleep, dreamless deep sleep, I don't have, I don't need any company because I am getting the company immediately of the universal consciousness. In second stage of deep sleep, I become one with the universal consciousness. It because it is an individually shot up, individualized consciousness. It seeks a company. And here in the lives of lives, when it is passing through, it is there as the Antaryami. When it is there in the bodily existence also, at the transcendental level, almost at the transcendental level, it is one with the Lord as Antaryami. And this Antaryamin is there at all levels. In waking state also that Antaryamin is there. The Lord is there as the companion of the jiva. And without body, while traveling to the other, there is Antaryamin, companion. When it acquires the other body and growing in the womb also, it is having the Antaryamin. This Antaryamin company will be there with jiva. The jiva and the Ishvara are living in the same body, the Dvasuparna, parching on the same tree, this bodily existence continues without this physical body also, because subtle and causal bodies are there and they merge in each other finally when they reach back the souls. So the Ishvara is a constant companion of the jiva. The Lord of the universe is there with us at our causal level and beyond. Causal level, if we go, we can perceive the Antaryami. When we turn inward in meditation and go to the depths of our own being, the Antaryami is who manifests in the form you require. You love. The love makes the Antaryami, the indweller, to manifest in you the heart of your hearts as the Ishtadevata. So the whole process is a beautiful process of evolution. Don't worry about small pains and sufferings of this world. The pains and sufferings, insults, this, that and all. These are passing things, small dust in the air when you are passing through. But you fix your aim, fix your consciousness on this eternal companion within you, and you have to pass through that dusty area. If you fix your mind on the small dust, so many dusts are coming and going, you go on fighting with the dust, it remains for a while and goes away. Your aim is on these small things of the pleasures of life and pains and pleasures, then you'll be losing your path, you'll be moving around there itself in the dusty area. You have to evolve. Focus there is eternal companion who is constantly trying to draw your attention within yourself. Try to turn inward. Try to find detachment in the world and do your duties of life. It is without getting involved, uninvolved participation of offering love and sacrificing time and energy for the welfare of all, because it is same indweller who is dwelling in all. Your own internal companion is there in every jiva. Try to see as much you are able to see in others, you'll be able to see in yourself also. So this expansion, this extension of life. This multiplication, multiple way of viewing and evolving. If you keep your mind on these things, the problems of life become so small that without attending to it, they appear and disappear. Each time you get involved in a problem, you are missing your path. You are revolving on your own axis, not moving forward. A problem comes, makes you revolve there. Another problem comes, makes you revolve there. It is like ocean waves not allowing you to move forward. But if you can aim, ekagra, and start moving, the waves pass by the side and you will be moving in your own direction. So this is an important phase of your life. You have got the human body, all things convenient for living here, whole attention diverted for your evolution. Just attend to things externally without diving into it, be it problems of family or problems of the society or anything, any problem, your own individual bodily conditions. Don't mind. These are all passing events. Attend to them intelligently without getting caught in their network. So just attend to it because you have to attend to it. It's your duty and offer it to God and keep moving. Evolve, evolve, reach the perfection in this very life. The whole thing we are trying to see through the conquest. We have come up to the alobhancha dashapushpam vidur buddhaha. How this conquest is happening, we are trying to see, visualize. The buddhaha we saw were gone beyond the attractive power of the universe, the enticing power of the universe. That world is enticing and they have gone beyond. It cannot exercise its force. We got the example how the spaceship travels against the gravity and crosses the limitation of gravity when the attractive power of the earth can no more hold it back. So, like that, you have to go beyond the attractions of the world. It will be sometimes push back, sometimes pull from the behind. So many ways to entice you. You have to go beyond it. So each conquest is a force that takes you to higher and higher levels where the even the atmosphere becomes rarefied, rarefied, rarefied. And finally you see that you have emerged out of the nature and entering into the realm of the eternal. So those who have crossed the limitations of nature in its own way means going beyond he might not have reached but have crossed the gravitation and entered the space and those who have reached both are called Buddhas and they know this intimately. They have passed through these amaya, manahankaram and all that, the first 10. Then he comes ahimsa paramam pushpam, pushpam indriya nigraha, daya pushpam, kshama pushpam, jnana pushpam cha panchama. These 5 other rest. Ahimsa paramam pushpam. Not that the Buddhas do not know. Buddhas know all this also, but they matching to complete the meter they have added there. And these are also known, but these 10 are not commonly used. The ahimsa, indriya nigraha, daya, kshama, and jnana are commonly known, mentioned. You have to do indriya nigraha. This becomes part of the yoga. Those become part of transcendence. So these amaya, manahankaram, all these are not commonly used. But ahimsa is commonly used. Indriya nigrah is commonly used. Jnana, daya, and these things are commonly used. That you also know. These are specially known by the Buddhas, the realized. So that's why it's differentiating a little. You know this already. You are not practiced, but you have heard many times. Ahimsa, satya, asteya, aparigraha, brahmacharya. We see as the yama in the yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutras of the Ashtanga Yoga. So, first step in the yoga is ahimsa, not to harm others anytime by any means. Ahimsa is very deep and concept to understand, because here we are going to the ahimsa is a not to harm others. The harming is a very special word. What is harm is difficult. Himsa is difficult to explain. Suppose you go with an abscess to a doctor, he uses a knife to cut it open. Is it himsa or ahimsa? He is giving pain to you to remove the pain forever. The pain is already there. The pain to remove that abscess to the pus filled abscess, he has to remove the pus from within. He has to cut it open. Now he is giving himsa, but it is ending the himsa which is already there. So sometimes we see the pain as himsa, but it is for your own evolution. The nature is giving. It looks like torture. It looks like painful days of life, but it is needed for your evolution. There is no injustice in nature. But you causing himsa to others out of jealousy, out of hatred, out of trying to get rid of the person because he is an obstruction in your enjoyment. Maybe that he is not an obstruction, he is a protective force for you that you should not flow away into the nature. For example, parents are expecting children not to run into the world, not to waste time, not to fight among themselves. All these restrictions they are putting, it looks like himsa for the children. They want to be with cell phone all the time. Parents do not want. They want to snatch it away because they see the peril coming to them in future. So they want to, that looks like himsa for the children. Why my parents are doing like that? Other parents are leaving their children to enjoy. Why my parents are doing? It is not himsa. It is a medicine to cure the already diseases they are forming. So some are the energizing forces, the imposed disciplines, like in military disciplines, so many types of disciplines that the parents impose upon this one. Many psychologists also do not understand the need of discipline. They think children must be given certain amount of freedom. But the freedom may destroy the child. It must be most important part is the dependence on nature, dependence on the divine to train the children to go forward. This must be intuitive understanding. Our understanding to bring up our children or others in the family or our brothers and elders, even sometimes we want to, elders also change their ways of life, but it is according to our understanding of this world. But how God is taking them, how the nature is taking them in the path of evolution through pain and pleasure, through giving various experiences, we do not know. So we, by changing others, though it looks like himsa, it may be the process. We pray, we try to log ourselves to the divine, dog ourselves to the nature, try to get the right way of understanding, right way of, we want to download the actual process. How I can go now? This is the problem. This is the thing. This I feel. What should I do? Then the right answer comes intuitively within when you are in tune with the nature and in tune with the divine. Divine and nature is guiding every jiva, but there is the drive, their own internal drive as vasana. Vasana is driving them, taking them in a particular direction. The vasanas, when they are driving, how to control the vasanas without becoming himsa. Himsa is what restrains the evolution. Himsa is that which obstructs his path of growth. Himsa is that which suppresses the development in a person. His joys, I am obstructing his joyful days, I am obstructing his evolution, then it is called himsa. Otherwise, all pains that a jiva gets from others need not be a himsa. It may be reducing karmic load, it may be teaching, it may be a training a jiva by the nature in and through others. So you must be able to always be one with nature and one with God, with vast heart to love all. So ahimsa comes when you expand your consciousness and be with divine, when you expand your mind to be one with nature. So himsa can never happen from you. Whatever you do, the pain, the guru sometimes have to prune the disciple to make him get rid of his ego. It looks like a painful days the passing through the guru's training period. So all this happen in a jiva. So himsa is very difficult concept to understand in our early days. There is one incident in life of Gandhiji. When Gandhiji was in Gujarat, the independence struggle is going on. Independence struggle is going on, and the Quit India movement is going on. The women and children and whole India has joined together to claim their independence from the Britishers. So the slogan, shouting the slogan, Quit India, is going on. Many people join, men, women, and they move without that ghungat, parda and all. They are shouting and moving with their hands raised. Women group are going. And in this movement, a few boys, youngsters, used to, there will be always some people who are antisocial like. So these people always used to tease them. Everywhere you will see this happening. It is not an uncommon see. And women, when they come to the street without gongat and all in the North India, it is considered. And these people utilize these the opportunities to condemn them, to tease them. And these boys used to stand and tease those girls who are going on shouting in the street, Quit India, Bharat Chodo. And the women used to feel insulted. They used to, Gandhiji was not there when this incident was happening repeatedly. His next assistant, Mashrulan, was there. And these women the young girls go and report to him how the boys are teasing them. And uh, he hears whole thing and with great grief tells, you see, it should not have happened in a place like India and Indians, the youngsters doing this. Anyway, if anybody does this, straight away take your footwear and go and slap on their face. The rest what is to be done, we will look after, he says. Then these women, hearing this, these girls, just bring down their head and quietly remain there. Then he sees why these women who are shouting in the street and going for independence are hesitating to do this act. Uh, then he just flashes in his mind, oh, ahimsa of Gandhi. If anybody slaps on your one cheek, show the other cheek. Oh, ahimsa. Then he says, if you have doubt in my verdict, when Gandhiji comes, you may ask him. In a few days, Gandhiji comes, the subsequent week, and these girls go to him and tell the whole thing, including what Mashurlal has told them. Then Gandhiji, with tearful eyes, listens to the whole story and what Mashurlal has told also. Then he says, did Mashurlal tell like that? To hit on the face with slippers on a girl, on those boys who are teasing this girl, you girls? But I don't tell like that, Gandhiji says. And then if you have a dagger in your hand, go and put in the chest of those person. I call this ahimsa, he says. Then the ahimsa meaning, he says, putting an end to himsa is ahimsa. Putting an end to himsa is ahimsa. See how deep it is to understand what is ahimsa. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.